Radio Freccia. Libera come noi.
So Dom, as I was saying, I'm really happy to talk to you, and I hope you're safe first of all.
I am safe. I'm safe and sound.
All right, safe and sound, great. So now I want to tell you one thing right before we start. There is a song called Weird that we are fucking heavy playing it, man.
Yes,
it's
baby.
in our top 20, man. It's in our top 20.
That's crazy.
People in Italy are loving it, and people really love you back to all the love you're sending to us with this new song. So thank you very much. First of all, congratulations.
Thank you so much, dude. Like, that makes me so happy. Like, I remember when we played Fabric, when we came to Milano and played Fabric, it was one of my favorite shows ever. There was like, when we pulled up at like 5 a.m., there were 1,000 people outside at 5 a.m. We were like, what? And the passion, man, it was like, bellissimo. I was like, yes.
You know, I used to live in Sweden for like 2 or 3 months, and all the people over there, they used to say that Italians were party animals. And
you guys, and you're very similar in the north where I'm from. Family parties, that's what it's about, and that's why I think I love Italy and you guys so much. I'm like, I would never leave, man. Next time I come, just lock me in a basement and I'll just stay there.
Oh yeah, don't say lock anyone in this period of time, because you know it gets really upset.
I mean, yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, to be honest, yeah.
Really upset. So you're now 22. You're turning 23 in August, am I right?
Yes, 23 in August. Yeah.
So you're doing war tour, except for the lockdown and the quarantine, of course. You're doing war tour. You're 23. You're very, very young, and your song comes on the radio. And how does that feel, man? Because it must be amazing.
Dude, it feels crazy when something you wrote down, a poem you wrote down on your own, nonsensically, like in your bedroom or on a tour bus or anything, comes to life, and then people are playing it on the radio. It's the build-up, it's the lead-in that's the craziest thing. It's like, this is a new song by Yungblud, this song's called Weird. And you hear that and you just go...
You go mental, right?
You go crazy. You just go speechless. I'm like, what is going on?
So when did you actually write Weird? When did you write it?
It was bizarre. I wrote the song at the end of last year.
All right.
In a time that I thought was the weirdest time in my life ever. Before now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I wrote it about, I felt like I was trying to catch smoke. Like,
got it.
Like anything I knew, I could try and grasp, but I couldn't catch it. I felt like the world was just so weird. I thought I was kind of coming of age. I was growing up. I was experiencing different things in my life, and it got me down. To be honest, it got me upset. But I've just figured out.
What were you chasing?
I was chasing a feeling of acceptance. You know what I mean? I experienced love. I experienced heartbreak. I nearly lost my mum. We got really big really quickly. All the kind of the foundations of my world were kind of moving about and moving around like a maze underneath my feet.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to write a song about it in a way that it's all going to be all right in the end, because I look back on this and go, this was just a weird time in my life.
Yeah. So you got this success happening, and you know, reality kicks in very, very hard. So you must rely on someone you really trust. Who is this? Your friends, your family?
My fan base.
Your fan base? That's amazing.
That's what I'm saying. If anybody knows, if anybody out there doesn't know Yungblud and what it is, it's like, Yungblud isn't me. Youngblud's an idea that me and my fan base connect to. It's a world where you can belong in and you can be yourself no matter who you are, where you come from, what gender you are, what identity you are, what sexuality you are, what color you are, what nationality you are. You belong in this world of like acceptance. And every time I get down and every time I get frustrated or anxious or depressed, I speak to them and they speak to me, and it's crazy.
Yeah. You know what? I was talking the exact same concepts with Corey Taylor last summer. I had the immense honor and privilege to talk to him, and he said like that the new record, the last record, was called like "We Are Not Your Kind," because we want other people that don't believe that you should be who you are. You should love who you want to love. We are not your kind if you don't fit this philosophy, man. Because
completely.
we need to love each other. We need.
That's what I'm, and I think that's like literally what's happening in the world right now.
Yeah.
Humanity on a global scale neglected humans. We neglected each other, and the earth, without sounding too hippie, going like, love each other, love the planet, and everything will be all right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Definitely, man. I'm totally with you. So you mentioned your fan base. Today, we posted an Instagram story where we asked the Italian fans to just send us some question to ask you. And we got crushed, man. We got crushed. We got overwhelmed by questions. So we picked two. All right. I'm going to read it to you. The first one is from LR. She says, you're really good at social media, but as somebody who writes a lot about depression and insecurity, what do you think about the toxicity of online discourse? Love you and can't wait to see you again.
I think what I think about online is I think every single thing in this world, on this planet, has a good side and has a bad side. Yeah. But to me, being on social media and being online, the good side outweighs the bad side. Because it gives me an opportunity to connect with people internationally and be completely myself. And it kind of made me realize that if I am being who I am, no acting, no insecurity, no rubbish, I am just being who I am and supported by these incredible people who are being who they are, the people who on the bad side who are going to try and tear me down, try and undermine me, try and call me a freak, call me whatever, they get silenced by all the love.
Yeah.
The love overtakes it. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's it. I think when people will be mean online, it's so hard to not look at it. But in this community, from my personal experience, love outshadows the hate. You know what I mean? So why get caught up in the hate?
Because, you know, the absurd thing for me is that when you speak to people and you see them, like, I mean, we're virtually talking. We're not in the same room, but we can see each other. We can see the
completely. I think it's such a beautiful thing that people from different cultures, different countries, different walks of life all together can get to know each other.
But most of all, you see the reaction of what your words do and say, right? Because the empathy is the problem, because you don't see the reaction you're creating in some other people, you know? You just text and say, you suck, but you don't see the reaction. When you see the reaction, you see you're hurting people, and that's so bad, man.
Yeah, man, and that's it. I think the thing about it is to remain text and a word is so much scarier than a personal conversation.
Yeah.
Because you can't see how the word is said. It might seem like it's said with hate when someone is saying it with not as much hate as you may imagine. You know what I'm saying? Because it allows your imagination to take over. Yeah. And I think the thing about it is it's just like, I just wanted to build a world online that is just full of love, and hate can fuck off.
Hate can fuck off should be really a title for us.
You know what I mean? Hate's gonna die, man. You know what I mean? Hate can die.
Yeah, and we're gonna help him die, man. I tell you.
Yeah, babe.
The second question I want to ask you is from Fran is weird.
I love that.
And she says, "Weird came out a couple of weeks ago. What's the weirdest thing you've ever experienced in your life? Something that to this day is still unbelievable to you, man."
Wow, what's the weirdest thing? I think probably one of the craziest experiences, the weirdest experiences, was walking out at a 1 p.m. slot in Belgium, and there were 50,000 people there. You know what I'm saying? When it's that early, you kind of walk out and go, okay, cool. And I walked on stage, just went, huh! I was like,
and that's
everyone,
man.
I'm saying, yeah, everyone was smiling when I was walking up the stage. I was like, why is everyone smiling at me? Everyone's like, and I'm like, what? And then I walk out on stage and you go, huh!
Was it
inside? Inside, at a festival. Inside, I was like, outside, I was like.
Man, that must be amazing. I really, that really is something I'm proud for you, man. I'm really happy for you.
And another weird experience, I remember I was younger and my mom was pregnant with my sister.
All right.
So pregnant.
All right.
And she took me down to the city to go like walk about, see some stuff, took me out. And I was so goth. I had painted nails at like 10. I was 10 and I was like rock boots, red hair, eyeliner. And I remember this was the weirdest thing ever. As a baby, and this lady looks at my mum and goes, "How can you let your son dress like that?" And my mum is pregnant and hormonal and angry. And I remember my mum just being like, "He can dress how he wants." This woman, and her face would just went. I was just like, I loved that. Man. I was like, "Yeah, baby." I was like, "That's my mum."
My mum. But you were very, how do you say, an early bird. I mean, 10 years old, you already understand and you already get clear that you like to dress up and paint your hair. I mean,
always.
It's very early in age.
Dude, that was what I struggled with because my parents and my mom, my family were supportive, but it was the outside world that wasn't. And that's what I struggled with because I thought my mom and dad are going to support me in whatever I do. But the outside world, that's the real world. And when I expect my first experience of coming out into the world was oppressing me and trying to make me more normal and put me in a box. And I didn't want to be in a box.
I've heard a story of you. I think it was, tell me if I'm right, during your high school maybe, that someone came up to you and you were dressed up as you like, and he says like, how can you be like just everybody else around? How can you be just the same?
Why can't you just be? Why I remember it was like why can't you?
All right.
Just try and fit in.
So now this guy comes to you and tells you this mean shit thing, right? Seeing it from now, isn't it the best thing that could happen to you since it made your rage grow so fast and so real, man?
That's what I'm saying. And all I wanted from that was I never wanted anybody else to feel like I did in that moment.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I wanted to provide something where someone does say that to somebody, they have something to fall back on.
All right.
You know what I mean? I had no one to fall back on. I want, if someone comes up to a young person or an old person or anybody and goes, why can't you just fit in? And they can say, I don't need to. Just because I don't fit into your ideology and your world. These are my friends. These are my family. And I fit in there just fine. So goodbye. Thank you very much. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. I get you. I feel you, brother. I feel you. I totally. So since we mentioned weird stories, I think I have two. And you have to tell me if they are both right. First one is about being strangled by Dave Grohl.
Dude, that was crazy.
Isn't it, man?
Dude, that was wild. I remember Cal Jam. We played his festival.
Yeah.
And he was just like, before I went on stage, he was side stage watching all the bands, and I was like, oh, Dave Grohl's about to watch me, and he just went, ah, and I was like, my photographer, you should see my face. I was like, the picture
What did he tell you, man?
It was just like, I love your energy, and I was like, that is crazy. Like I watched him play so many times.
So now Dave Grohl comes up to you, man. And he tells you he loves your energy, and he's fucking Dave Grohl, man.
Dude, it's just mental. Like, as I say, he is such an incredible musician, and everything that I want to be. You know what I'm saying? If I was to be lucky enough to do this forever, I would want to end up like Dave Grohl because he did everything right. He was real, and he was humble, and he is just a true gent. I
think that for a young musician as you are, he's one of those few figures of true and real and everlasting commitment.
Absolutely. And he adapts. He wants to understand young people. He wants to understand people. He wants to get it. You know what I'm saying? He's not an older person who just doesn't get us, because I think he went through a similar change in culture when he was in Nirvana.
Yeah.
In young culture that's happening now. This liberation of expression and self-expression. Yeah. So even though he might not relate to it on a personal level, he understands what's happening. You know what I mean? And that's cool.
Yeah. Let's not ever forget that those hands that strangled you are the same that play the drum part in Smells Like Teen Spirit, man.
Dude, crazy. I was like, sick.
And he's the guy who's coming to you and say, hey, man, love what you do. Keep on doing that. Be honest. Do your decent job. You're doing good.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy.
That's crazy. And also, you know, some other people, I don't think it's to be taken for granted. I don't think it at all. To go to young musician, up to them, and then keep on doing, man. You're kicking it.
Dude, because that changes someone's life. That changes the perspective. I think the thing about it is when one of your heroes comes up to you like that and says it's all right, all the hard shit, all the waking up early, all the pain, all the bullshit that you had to do to get to this position goes out the window. You go.
Yeah. Boom.
You go.
So the second story I have, and you have to confirm if it's correct or not, because I read somewhere in the internet that your granddad may be playing with T-Rex.
It was hilarious, man. I think he played a show with him. He auditioned to be the bass player, but got down to the final two. But it's so funny. I think he played with him a couple of times, and then the internet blew it up to be like, Yungblud's granddad was in T-Rex. He's Mark Bolan. I'm like, no, he's not Mark Bolan, but sick.
But he had just to experience one of the craziest rock and roll movement of all time, glam.
Oh, dude, man, like that, dude, I would have loved to be there in the 60s and 70s just to see it for a day.
Yeah, but you must have something of the glam movement inside of yourself.
Oh, absolutely, man. I love that, man. I love, like, as I say, like the androgyny and when boys started dressing like girls and girls started dressing like boys. It's fucking sick.
That's fucking sick, man. You said it right. So speaking of people that maybe inspired you, and maybe you have that poster, that photo in your room. I don't know that. You tell me. You recently collaborated with Travis Barker. Am I right?
I did, yes. The goat.
You go very well along with drummer, man.
Dude, as I say, yeah, somehow, I don't know. I think I'm just like, I just love it when I love power. I love in the studio hearing power and just like energy. And I think those two people, like Travis, like gave everything he plays. You just like, he hits the drums like it's hitting your heart like a cup of coffee. It's like, wake up, and they're like, whoa. Every time he hits the snare, it's like, wake up, wake up, wake up. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of mental. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, your dimension is definitely a live dimension. But as you're talking to me, as you're speaking, I can see you working hard, working your ass off in studio, man. I can see. How many hours do you spend when you're making a record, when you jam, when you go?
I don't really leave. I don't sleep. I like everyone. I love loads of people in the studio. I love energy. I love my friends. I love my boys. I love my photographer, my band, my friends, my managers. Like everyone just fucking
jam with you, man.
And I'm there all night. I'm there from what time are we going in, Tom, in the studio? 2 PM till about 5 AM.
Whoa.
Yeah. And then I go home, sleep for 5 hours, get up, have some breakfast, get back.
Great, that's great, man.
Dude, it's the best thing in the world. It's my favorite thing.
So, Dom, I really can't begin to thank you for this time. And I can't wait to have you back in Italy. Can't wait to have you here in Radio Freccia. And we keep on playing weird. It's going to be great. And
thank you so much. I can't wait for you to hear the next stuff too. Very soon.
Something coming up.
As I say, the album's done. I'm just going to be rolling music out when it comes out. You know what I mean?
Can we have a date?
No, not yet.
Not yet. All right. Thanks
Rockstar.
again, Don. Really wish you all the best. Stay safe.
Ciao Italia, ti amo.
Cheers, man.
Radio Freccia. Libera, come noi.